So, what are you going to face when working with a project manager as a Scrum Master? That's an it depends kind of question. So, it does depend. What's the type of project manager we talk about? Is it that almost straw man project manager who is drive, 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 you will do what I say? In which case, get the aspirin, you're going to need it. It really does come down to the type of project manager you're dealing with. And what their organisation views their role as and what they view their role as. Some PMs are very good people, in fact most are, and they're just trying to get the best for the organisation. And it's a phrase I'm not particularly a fan of, but often is used, out of the team. Okay? Understand what they're trying to achieve and why they're trying to achieve that and how they're trying to achieve that. People want to look good in front of their bosses. They want to do a good job. A project manager has a skill set that is invaluable in product development. It's just that we tackle it in a very different way to than that traditional PM. Okay? They're trying to do a good job. Keep that at the heart. It's just that they have a different skill set. So when you're working with a project manager, sit down and talk to them. Okay? Don't assume they're a bad person. They're a busy person. Okay? Most PMs aren't working on a single project. They're working on 3, 4, 5. They're context switching constantly. They're overloaded. They're stressed out. Okay? And to be brutally honest, they're trying to use a skill set that their organisation has invested in a domain in which it's not especially relevant. So they're struggling. They're human beings that are having a hard day. Sit down with them. Okay? Find out what it is that with your project, with your team, they're looking for and how you can help them. Okay? You will hear the Scrum evangelists in particular, but the Agile evangelists say, we don't want project managers, they have nothing to do around here. And there is some truth to that sentiment, but it doesn't recognise that we're talking about human beings. So instead, recognise that. They're not going away. The organisation is not going to sack your project manager because you, the Scrum Master, said you don't need one. They're going to turn around to you and say, we use project managers. They help us deliver great stuff. Deal with it. So do that. Deal with it. Sit down and have that conversation. What are they trying to achieve? How are they trying to achieve it? How can you help them achieve what they want while minimising the impact on the team? Do they want plans? If so, why? Who are they talking to? Why are they talking to them? And what are they talking to them about? Can you help them formulate something that keeps them away from the team on the day-to-day basis, stops them disturbing people and causing context switching there, which is a very prevalent thing from project managers in that traditional vein, where they go and ask everybody what they're doing, they get a status update, or even worse, they call a meeting and make everybody tell them what they're doing for an hour a day and then complain that they've not been working as hard and they wasted an hour in a meeting telling them what they were up to. You want to avoid that. Everybody wants to avoid that. Even the PM wants to avoid that. If you can give them that hour back and you can find a way where they can find out the project status, maybe it's on an electronic system. Maybe you teach them how to read a board. Doesn't matter. But what you want to do is help them help themselves. So you're going to bang up against this all the time in organisations. There will be project managers who are in charge of budgets. We would rather the product owners or the product managers own that, but the PMs tend to have it. Well, great. How can they work with that PM, that PO, and understand better the use of the budget? How can we help them by taking some of that work off them? In truth, all of the project management skill set is distributed across an effective agile team. So they ought not to have a huge amount of work to do around you. They may still be useful for navigating the organisational governance procedures and all those gateways and the hoops, and they know where the skeletons are, and that can all be put to use. It's incredibly valuable. But work with them, and over time what you're going to do is slowly show them that they need to worry less about you and your team and that you are helping them do a good job. Okay? And then they can focus on the areas where they're needed more. It makes your life easier, it makes their life easier. That's not a bad outcome. So you're going to see it in just about any aspect that a PM believes that they can add value. Be it cost management, be it stakeholder management, be it risk management, planning, scope, all of these things they're going to get involved in because that's what project managers do. That's what they're trained to do. That is their job. But if they're wanting to get involved in the scope and define your work up front and things, you just need to work with them to help them understand there are other ways of working. It's not that what they're doing doesn't work, it's that we've found better ways. I will often tell people, don't make them wrong. Okay? They're not. The stuff they're doing has worked for organisations for a long, long time. It's just that we've found better ways because the world has changed. They may or may not be aware of it. They may or may not have seen it working. Give them that opportunity to talk about it. It's not a one-way street. You don't do as they say because they're a project manager. Right? You work with them and come up with an alliance where you all prosper. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.